The following is a presentation of CBS Sports Colorado. From Boulder, this is Coach Prime's Playbook with Romy Bean. Brought to you by your Colorado GMC dealers. Experience the full Sierra family lineup at your local GMC dealer today. Now your host, Romy Bean, and the coach of the CU Buffs, Deion Sanders.
Hands off, runs up inside. Simeon Price on his way to the end zone. 10, 5, end zone, touchdown. And he breaks behind the defense at the 50. It's a foot race. Now Connor's just going to run it. Gets away from the Buffaloes. Turns the corner, dives to the pylon. There's the fade down the right side. Johnson out there, makes the grab. And the Buffaloes open up Big 12 conference play with a loss. Disappointing loss.
So we're not struggling. We're getting that buzz kicked. You don't have to be polite with me. You don't have to sugarcoat it. Much better team. We got to do better. Nobody could have told me that was going to go down like that. There's no way.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into Coach Prime's Playbook. Beautiful day here in Boulder, Colorado, and a privilege, as always, to sit down with the one and only Coach Prime. And, Coach, before we look ahead, we got to look back. After that game, you just said you were
Just tell them what you just asked me. What did you just ask me? Tell them what you just asked me.
Which one? Did you have a good weekend? Was it that one?
How can you have a good weekend after you get your butt kicked?
Well, I was trying to make small talk, and it didn't work. I did my best.
You know I'm honest to a fault.
But you know what? We appreciate that. So you went back. You said after that game, you got to go back and look. You were almost dumbfounded.
Yeah,
what answers do you have after?
We got to play better in almost every phase. And when you go look at the tape, you start saying, wow. Like you make that play, you make that play, you make that play. It's a whole different game. It's a series of plays that's a one-off here, 2 plays in that series, and that, I mean, you got to understand, we blowing assignments on the first plays on offense and defensively, as well as special teams. We blocked one guy on a kickoff return, and we got a touchdown. But you never see that until you watch it on film, and we watch it on tape, and we're correcting the tremendous amount of mistakes we made.
So when you look at that, is that making changes in personnel, scheme, or is it execution?
Both, all 3 phases, all those, personnel, scheme, as well as execution. But you know what? Our word of the week is accountability. Okay. And one thing about these young men, they're holding themselves accountable. As coaches, we're holding ourselves accountable, and I'm holding myself accountable for the whole darn thing. So we have a good pipeline coming down the road that everyone is stepped it up. Usually you have a okay practice in the first day of the week, which is yesterday we're off. Today is like our first day of the week practice, and it was a really good sound practice.
Okay. Yeah. With quarterback, care to share the plan?
Nope.
Okay. I figured that was the case.
You want to make the other team prepare.
Yes.
You don't want to just give it. Don't show your hand.
What do each of them have to do to earn a starting role?
Consistency as well as leadership.
Okay. Without sharing what you like, I mean, is one of them standing out more than the others?
That could be the case.
Okay.
You're going to keep just...
I'm just trying. I'm doing my best. Okay, I actually want to talk about Draylen Miller, who came into the season with really high expectations. Yeah. Kind of feels like we maybe haven't seen as much of him as we thought. How do you get him more involved?
Well, that's because the offense, I want to say ain't, but it's not the correct word. Isn't, right? Isn't where they want to be at this point in time. When they get that part of it together, then you'll see some of these guys emerge that are tremendous. We have some tremendous receivers, but you just hadn't had the opportunity to consistently see them become young superstars right before your eyes.
We're going to talk to Simeon Price in the show a little later. What stands out to you about him?
His will and his passion for the game. He practices like a dog every day. You don't have to tell him to turn it up. You have to tell him to turn it down. I mean, that's how hard this guy goes about his work, and the story is unbelievable. You know how long he sat out there in the portal until he was claimed by us, and he hadn't let us down one bit.
Absolutely. Well, we can't wait to speak with him a little more. Let's start to look ahead to Wyoming, get to know who's next, and that's a little bit of a regional competition. Our neighbors up north, they're 2-1. CU leads the series in a big way, 24-2, but haven't played since 2009. Let's hear from Wyoming head coach Jay Sawvell, who he likes what he sees from Coach Prime's Buffs.
I admire the guy for his kind of the philosophy that he has as a coach, and you also then admire the guy for being one of the greatest players that ever play the game. So, no, this will be exciting. But when we get down to it, like I said, I think a while back when someone had asked me a question, we're very lucky that it's not me playing him. So we're in a good spot.
I love that. He said he's very lucky that it's not you versus him.
But you know what? I got so much respect for this gentleman because not only is he a good coach, he worked his butt off to get to where he is. I mean, step, then he get an opportunity. And I applaud that man. I applaud the hardworking man on every day that ends with a Y, and I appreciate the way he's attacked this profession, his due diligence, his he got that standing power, even when they, try to do him in, he still fought back and he's doing his thing, man, and he's a darn HC there now, and I love it, man.
That's awesome. I love the respect. And when you look at Wyoming, there's 18 Colorado kids on that roster. Yeah. It's not the same as CSU, but these are kids that are coming back to their home state, and they really want to win in their home state. How do you match that kind of natural intensity that these kids are going to have?
We got a bunch of kids who want to win, too, in their home game.
Yeah.
So you got some kids that want to put on and want to shine, and they're playing against us is on national television, and the whole world's going to get an opportunity to see. We just got to right the ship. We got to get it together.
What stands out to you about this Wyoming team? I mean, it was 3-0 at half against Utah. They ended up getting blown out. But what stands out?
They're physical up front on both sides of the ball. These guys, they go at it. I mean, they ain't soft whatsoever. They're physical, and if you give them life, they're going to accept it. And they're going to take advantage of it, and they're going to get more confidence in doing what they do. And it's almost like they're not going to beat themselves. They're not going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to have to beat them. They're not going to give you the game.
Yeah. Another night game, anything you're doing to help the guys prepare?
Yeah, you're flipping practice schedule. Okay. So a few times this week we're going to have evening practices so we can flip the whole body in the thought process and the hours of sleep and all of that.
Yeah, it's one of those late ends in the morning kind of a game. All right, we're going to take a break. Coming up on the other side, we're going to get to know Simeon Price and hear about his portal experience. We'll be back right after this.
Who's Next? Brought to you by your Colorado GMC dealers. Experience the full Sierra family lineup at your local GMC dealer today. Clothing for CBS Sports' Romy Bean is provided by Garbarini in Cherry Creek North, celebrating our 40th anniversary in Denver, located at 3rd and Fillmore. This is Coach Prime's Playbook.
Right up the gut, Simeon Price makes a house call. 38 yards, Colorado on the board.
Well, welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook. We're so excited to be sitting down with Simeon Price, and boy, was that an exciting moment in the game. And turns out that's your first career touchdown. What was that moment like for you?
Honestly, I was thinking in terms of the game, so I wasn't really thinking too much of, it's my first career score. I was trying to get the W. But, I'm still thankful, grateful that it happened. Hopefully there's many more.
Through 3 games, CU's really come to depend on you. You're the team's leading rusher, and, man, you got some power out there. How much responsibility do you take in being kind of the leader in the run game here?
Well, I look at it as a team effort. The reason I'm currently the leading rusher is because of the competition in the room. I truly lean on those other guys just like they lean on me, and I don't think it's a individual effort at all. I know anytime we go out there, we want to put on a show. We want to show Coach Prime that the running back room can lead this team to victory. So every time we step on the field, that's the mindset we have.
What have you learned the most from Marshall Faulk?
Where do I start? He's completely changed the way I look at the game. Before, I was just kind of going off a lot of athletic ability, just going out there playing football and reacting. But now I go out there, I take a deep breath, I'm relaxed, I'm able to read defenses, pre-snap reads, pressures, where guys are lined up. So it just slows the game down.
That's really interesting. Is that, when you came here, was that a big reason you wanted to come here?
Absolutely. There's too much knowledge in this building for me to turn this down. And I think that when I came in, I already, not being arrogant, but I already thought, okay, I know a good bit, but I was humbled very, very quick on the first day coming in and just going, okay, wow, you know, there's a lot more I need to know, and there's a lot more areas I can grow in.
You're like a vested vet when it comes to the portal experience, but you had a couple times you had to kind of hang in the portal for a little bit. How stressful was that? How'd you keep your confidence up as you waited for the right opportunity?
The first time I was in the portal, ended up in there for 6 months. That was very stressful. Honestly, it was uncharted territory. I didn't really know how to handle it, but this is where I always talk about how my faith grew. It was just unknown, complete unknowns every day. Waking up, am I going to get a call? And as time gets closer and closer, you get to May, June, you're going, okay, I might not even be able to play this year. So the first time was very rough. I was immature, honestly, lashing out. I was angry, waking up, you know, and just not being Simeon and being off kilter and just honestly being kind of a jerk to my family. But the second time around, I was much more poised. I've been in this area before. I was leaning on God. I was in my word every day, and I was really growing as a human being. And I think that was the most important thing for me, being able to grow as a man. And, you know, a lot of times it's not always about football. At the end of the day, you know, we're all here to serve. That's why I always talk about it's a team effort. I'm here to lean on other guys. I know they lean on me. So, you know, the greatest man who walked the earth around 2,000 years ago came here and served. You know, he wasn't here telling people, I'm this, I'm that, you know, you should worship me. He just did it with his actions.
What a powerful message. Thank you so much for sharing that and being so open with us. We can tell why you're such a leader on and off the field. Simeon, thank you for joining us. Good luck against Wyoming, and thanks for sitting down.
Appreciate you.
All right, guys, we got to take a break. We appreciate you. We're coming back on the other side with Andre Gurode. We'll be back after.
Get to know. Brought to you by College Invest. Back to school today. College before you know it. College Invest's 529 savings accounts make saving easy. Visit collegeinvest.org. This is Coach Prime's Playbook.
The hair.
Welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook, and what a throw. We have got Andre Gurode, former CU star, second-round NFL pick, 5-time Pro Bowler, first-team All-Big 12, All-American. I could just keep going. I could spend the whole segment reading your resume, Coach.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love. I just looked at it as things that I was supposed to do.
Well, I love that, and we're so excited to have you back. Now, on the coaching side, why'd you want to come back and coach at Colorado?
It's something special about this place, and given the opportunity to come back, coach, and pour back into a group of young men, you can't pass it up. It's a rewarding and it's a rewarding experience that you really can't put into words.
When you talk about coaching the offensive line, and I think of any position group, requires so much chemistry. How do you can't microwave it, you always say, so how do you get this group, when it's a lot of new guys, just on the same page quickly?
Well, you got to get them around each other. You got to get them around each other, like, so they can understand how they think, how they process things, how they answer things. So the more time the guys spend around each other, the more they study film, the more they're put in there with different combinations, they begin to build their camaraderie and start to work together and gel as a unit.
I mean, college football, period, has changed a lot. But when you were here at CU and you guys were playing, dominating the Big 12, how is this team similar and different to the teams that you were on?
Oh, well, this team here is different in the fact that there's so many eyes on them, and they're so talented. You have different people at different positions. Our team, a solid team, gritty guys. We kind of grew together. We were together for at least 5 years before we really made an impact the way that we made it our senior year. So we're looking for these guys to make the same type of impact in a couple of years. But it's a great, hard-working group, very athletic, very physical. So we're excited for them.
You know, you don't always have like great offensive lineman highlights, but of course, we found a great one back when you were playing Nebraska. This was on one of Chris Brown's 6 touchdowns, and you took this Husker to the wall. Why were you just taking that guy all the way through?
Well, there's a story behind it.
Okay, we want to know.
Dewan Grossi is a good guy. His academic advisor wound up working at Colorado. And I pulled around on the play, knew the guy, and there's a part where he grabbed my face mask. And so I completely forgot about the touchdown and just took him through the end zone.
I absolutely love that. Did you say anything as well?
No, I had no idea just that he was out of the end zone. I was going to keep blocking him until he let my face mask go. So.
I absolutely love that. You play to the whistle, as they say.
Absolutely.
All right, well, Coach, this has been such a treat. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck in Wyoming on Saturday.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Guys, we got a lot more coming up on Coach Prime's Playbook. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Prime Cuts. brought to you by Shields. Shop in-store or online at shields.com. Time now for the final whistle. Brought to you by Delta Dental of Colorado. Protect your smile power with Delta Dental. DeltaDentalCO.com. This is Coach Prime's Playbook.
One thing I want to tell you guys, do not complain about what you don't get because of the work you didn't put in, okay? Don't complain about what you didn't get because of the work you didn't put in. So put in the work and it'll pay off for you.
Welcome back into Coach Prime's Playbook, and this was a fun guest appearance. He always got somebody great, but a guy that's so successful in so many different facets of life. What do you hope your players take from Cube getting to pay a visit?
Let me tell you something, man. See, I don't think they don't know all the different Ice Cubes.
Yeah.
They just know, I believe, probably the actor.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Ice Cube.
Yeah.
They don't know the rapper. Big Three.
I always think rapper first.
Yeah, they don't know that.
Yeah.
They just probably see them in movies. Oh, that's the guy.
Yeah.
They don't know that guy that I've been knowing since 88, 89, man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I love him to life. He's been so consistent as a man, as a father, as a husband. Just a great dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it. Let's do a Travis Hunter check-in, can we?
Yeah.
Trav's, I had the pleasure of guarding a little Jamar Chase this weekend. There's some future Hall of Famers there.
That's true.
You know, and you had a controversial a little penalty
That's
towards
a great
the end.
play. It was a great play.
I thought it was a great play as well. How do you think Trav learns and grows from this kind of experience?
I don't know if it's a learning and growing type of thing. He wants to smoke. He wants to heat. He wants them to try him. The more they use him, the more other teams try him. You're going to see the plays. He's going to start making the plays. I just want to see them do a better job of getting him more involved in the offense because he's a big play waiting to happen.
Yeah. His reps were split pretty evenly this week, over 40 on offense, over 40 on defense.
It's good.
But I guess, do you have any advice for him on, like, you know, staying patient? It feels like he was always the main character here, right? But then now you got to...
It's going to be that. You got to understand, it's a lot of people on that team making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you got to throw the ball to the guys who makes the most money.
Right.
So that's kind of how the pecking order is in the NFL until he gets a consistency of balls thrown his way and he starts making the plays. Then that will hopefully flip. But knowing Trav, he just wants to get in there and do his thing, man.
Do you enjoy watching him more on offense or defense?
Both.
Both. Well, so do we. We do. Yeah. We love it. We love seeing it. Okay, we got to talk about Snow, who has just been adorable and has been appearing at quite a few of your games.
Yeah, I think he's banned. I think Bucky.
Okay, well, here's the question, because Bucky said
Bucky
you're
told me he was
0-2
banned.
when
Yeah,
he's
Bucky
there.
say he was banned.
So are we going to have... But look, he's got some speed, though.
Yeah, but I hate to ban, my only grandchild.
Are you going to have like a grandfather to grandson
Yeah,
chat,
but
maybe?
I don't really believe in the superstitions and all like that. But when I saw it, I thought it was humorous when Bucky goes to Snow, you got to go, dog.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
What's it like getting to share that with your grandson?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Snow's a little meanie, though. He don't have the respect that he should for old grandpa. And I say, you're going to need something. I talk to him like he's a grown man. You know you're going to need me, right? Trust fund, you're going to need me.
Well, we'll keep you posted. You'll have to keep us posted on how it goes. That'll do it for today. We'll see you guys next time.
This has been Coach Prime's Playbook with Romy Bean. Brought to you by your Colorado GMC dealers. Experience the full Sierra family lineup at your local GMC dealer today.